Something like 170 families in hostels, bed and breakfast accommodation.
And Peterborough City Council can also now claim a subsidy from the government, which will help fund the scheme.
Is it true you signed the commercial contract the day after a petition was handed in?
I believe it is true. You know, if we'd had to cut £2 million from vital services, we'd had to find 88 more social houses, we had to find school places. That would have had a very wide impact on this city, and it would have made no difference to the people at St Michael's Gate.
They say it's unethical, but it's lawful. I say what happened to immoral? This was my life. I enjoyed this company. This was my place. It's my world just being thrown out.
I was involved with signing the contract. I was involved with signing the contract. I was involved with signing the contract. I wasn't aware the petition had come in at that point.
They've been issued these Section 21 letters, and they don't realise that they can actually be on that specific day. And that I spoke to a family with 2 young children. We rang them and we asked if we could stay a bit longer. We haven't got any savings or time to save. We've only had 2 months' notice.
So they are two unrelated issues. We could not stop those families being evicted. We could not stop those families being evicted. We could not stop those families being evicted.
How was your relationship with Stephen Phillips?
It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a very hard position that the council has been put in. We're between a rock and a hard place.
But do you feel they've held you to ransom?
Certainly between a rock and a hard place. Certainly between a rock and a hard place. Certainly between a rock and a hard place.
Literally happened there. We literally had a situation where the Conservative administration just voted against the opportunity to improve their constitution to prevent similar situations like St Michael's Gate from happening again. Just think about that. It's bizarre. I would add that Councillor Holwich basically talks about earlier on the residents not achieving anything. Well, at the very least, they've got you writing letters to the Secretary of State on their behalf, and whilst that may not mean much, it is some action. We should bear that in mind as well. And the thing that worries me most is that in 2 years' time, when the contract's up for grabs, guess what? There's local elections, and we may be lucky, and there may be no more Conservatives, Mr. Mayor. And guess what? Somebody else will have to sort the problem out. And that's the way they think. So I don't think I'll be supporting this motion. I hope my colleagues in the Liberal Democrat group will follow suit, because it's watered down. We're being asked to give support here to Councillor John Horwitz so he can be our saving grace. The knight in shining armour. What a great guy. But I don't think that's the case. And I think if you've got any morals or convictions about you, you don't give your support to somebody who's already let this city down. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor.
They go, what have you done? What have I done? I've done nothing. I'm just getting evicted.